Hey guys, what's up? This is Ronald here. Welcome to today's video. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips on how to improve your English fluency. So, if you're someone who understands English, you want to become better, you want to speak without fear, you want to improve your confidence of speaking in English, then this video should be really helpful for you. Okay, so let's get started. So the first point is, if you want to become much more fluent in English, you need to practice speaking. Yeah, so practice speaking as much as possible. Okay. Now you might be thinking, well, I'm not sure if I practice, I might make lots of mistakes, or I'm shy, I'm nervous to talk in English, so I don't want to speak. All those kind of challenges you face. Yeah. Now, the thing that you need to remember is yes, that is 100% true. You might be nervous, you might be shy, or you might not be comfortable speaking, in English. But if you want to become better, if you want to become much more fluent, you must practice, because without practice, you will not make progress at all. Okay. Now, initially, when you start talking in English, you start practicing more and more in English, you might be making mistakes as you speak. You might make some grammatical errors, your pronunciations might be a bit off, it might not be correct. But the good thing is you're practicing anyway. You don't have to worry about making mistakes. Okay. So the first tip is you need to practice as much as possible. Now, you might also be in a situation where you feel like, yes, I want to talk in English, I want to practice speaking in English, but I don't have anyone to practice with. Like, who can I speak with in English? For example, I can't speak with my colleagues, or if I speak with my friends will laugh at me, or, they don't know English, or maybe all of your friends, your social circle, everyone speaks a different language. For example, Hindi or Telugu or whatever it is. Yeah. Now, if you are in that situation, then of course you need to get yourself involved or get yourself surrounded with the right people, meaning people who are willing to learn just like you, people who are willing to speak in English, people who also want to become fluent in English, all right? Now, one way you can do that is you can join like some sort of English training, classes, that kind of thing, which will really help you. Or you can join any speaking club, that kind of thing. It could be online, offline, anything. But the whole idea is you want to practice speaking as much as possible and practice speaking with people. Okay, so that is very important. All right, so point number two. Point number two is to get out of your comfort zone. All right, so get out of your comfort zone. You see, I worked with many people, guys, who want to, become fluent in English and everything like that. And most of the time, the problem is it's not that they don't know English. Yeah, the thing is they know English. They can understand when someone's speaking in English. They can also read English. They can write English. Everything like that. The problem is when they want to speak. When they want to speak, they feel a little bit shy or they feel a little bit nervous. Their confidence is lacking. Lots of different issues. So what's going to happen is when you try and start learning, you start speaking up, you start practice speaking in English. Now initially you are going to feel uncomfortable. It might be like very unnatural for you, or you might be still be feeling shy. You feel like, no, I don't want to do it. It's okay. I'm not going to practice. Never mind. English is not for me. You might have all those feelings and thoughts, whatever. Yeah. But all that is a part of growth. Okay, so initially when you start learning a language, I mean, not just if you're a beginner, even if you're an intermediate speaker, you will feel that uncomfortableness, the more and more you speak, because you're making mistakes, things like that. But that is a sign of growth. Okay, so you need to take that in a positive way. If you're feeling uncomfortable, that means it shows that you are trying, you are getting closer to your goal, so take it as a positive sign like that, and you need to push yourself through that uncomfortableness. Okay, because there's a quote in English, some of you guys might have heard it. So the quote actually says, it is rough seas that makes a skilled sailor. Okay, so rough seas makes a skilled sailor. So a sailor, who's a sailor? A sailor is a person who sails on the boat, a captain or whatever, yeah, on a boat in the ocean. Now, if the sea was always very calm and smooth, that means there's no work for the sailor. It's not much work. Yes, so everything's calm and smooth. He too just sailing along the ocean like that. But when the seas are rough, when there are big waves, there's a storm in the ocean, that only actually tests the skill of the sailor. Yeah. And the more storms, the more rough seas he's been through, the more skilled the sailor becomes. So same like that. English is the same way. So when you're feeling uncomfortable while you're speaking things like that, imagine you're going through rough seas. Yeah. And that is what is going to develop your skill level as well. All right. So that's point number 2, which is get used to being uncomfortable. Okay. So point number 3. Now, point number 3 is to understand that mistakes are part of learning. Okay. So it's okay to make mistakes. It's fine if you make mistakes. All right. It's okay to make mistakes. So, again, another major hindrance when someone wants to, better their English skills is they're very scared of making mistakes in English. Like what will people think of me, or what will my friends think? People might laugh at me, all those kind of things. Yeah. Now, this goes two ways. Yeah. First of all, like in your work environment, let's say in your office, for example, that is not the best environment for you to practice speaking English, because that's a work environment. If you make mistakes, then of course it could give a negative impression about yourself to your colleagues, everything like that. So you need to find the correct environment first. Like I said, surround yourself with the right people, join some sort of English classes, English training, that kind of thing. And then you're surrounded with the right people in the correct environment. So now it's just practice. And even if you make mistakes, then no one will think anything, because everyone is learning together. Everyone is making progress together. Okay. And if you're making mistakes as you speak, again, that is a sign of growth. It shows that you are working on yourself. Like if you remember, even as a kid, no kid just woke up one day and started walking. Today is my walking day, and they didn't start walking straight away. Yeah. So how it happened? You took a step, you fell down, you got up again, you walked another couple steps, you fell down again, and then you started walking and trying, and then today you can walk so well. Yeah. So same thing. So mistakes is a part of learning, and the more mistakes you make, the faster you will learn. Okay. So anyway, feel free to make mistakes. All right. So point number 4 to improve your English fluency is speed reading. So what is speed reading? For example, you can just grab a notebook and, start reading a particular paragraph or a particular page from that notebook, and try and read it as fast as possible. Okay. As fast as you can, basically. All right. Now, why is this important, or why is this good to do? Because you're training yourself to actually read through, English paragraphs, sentences, everything fast as possible. Now, this will push you to test your skills, to see how comfortable you are with English at the moment. Can you read fast enough, or is your reading very slow? The slower your speed, it shows that, your fluency is quite down. Yeah. So the faster your speed, it shows that you're much more fluent. So it's a great way to test like your skill level. What skill level are you at the moment? Are you reading fast enough, or are you reading very slow? You can identify this. And if you continue doing this practice every day, like every day, say 5 minutes or so, if you read speed reading like this, what you'd find is gradually your speed tends to go up a little bit. So maybe the first time that you read a paragraph, it might take you 2 minutes to do it. The second time that you read a paragraph, it might take you 1.5 minutes to do it. And maybe like few days down the line, if you read the same paragraph, you might do it within 1 minute. Yeah. So like that. So gradually your speed is going to improve, meaning that your fluency level also is going up. Okay. Now, one small tip about reading, I've heard many people say, just grab the newspaper and read something from a newspaper every day. Yeah. But my recommendation or my suggestion would be, try and stay away from newspapers. Yeah. Because what I found is newspapers are usually some sort of negative news, that what something negative has happened here, something has happened there. There's not much positive energy in a newspaper. So try and focus on something positive. Grab a motivational book, or something spiritual, like a spiritual book, or something that you're interested in, like a storybook, something like that, anything positive rather. That would be much more helpful. Okay. All right, great. And the 5th point and the final point to improve your English fluency is to use songs. Yeah, so use songs meaning listen to English songs. Yeah, so of course, Depending on your taste of music, you might like certain kind of songs in English, uh, whether it's the style of the songs that you like or the lyrics, whatever. That's a great way to learn. All right, so pick a song first that you like. Ideally, it should be like a little bit slow song. You don't want to go too fast song straight away. Yeah, because what we're going to do is I'd recommend you guys to search for the lyrics on Google, and as you're listening to that song, look at the lyrics of the song, and then what's going to happen, the more and more you keep listening to that song, reading through the lyrics, you're going to actually start remembering those lyrics as well. Yeah. And then you keep practicing over and over again together with the song. Now, if you're someone who's a music kind of person, you like music, then you'd really enjoy this. All right. So you're not just listening to music, but you're also hearing the correct pronunciation of the words during the song, and you're also like improving your fluency level as well on the go. Okay, so this is something that you can do in your free time, in your relaxation time, whatever. It's a great way to relax, plus to also make some progress with regards to English during that time. Okay, so those are the 5 points, guys. Now, if you enjoyed this video, if you thought it was useful, then feel free to subscribe to the channel for more tips like this, and also hit the like button and hit the bell button for further updates and everything like that. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.